Hello, everybody, and welcome to Color Sports Up. So today I'm recapping the Detroit at New Orleans game. So I'll be honest with you, I should have done this game a lot earlier. It obviously happened Sunday night. Sunday afternoon at 12. But I was literally stuck in Baton Rouge, so I couldn't make a video. My vehicle got towed, so I couldn't go back to Lafayette, where I'm from, obviously, and I obviously couldn't make a video. And I haven't really been making too many videos recently, mostly due to the fact that my friends keep inviting me to do stuff. It's just kind of hard to actually regulate having it's hard deciding to make videos over actually having fun with my friends. I have fun making videos, but it's hard to turn down when somebody invites me to do something. So I guess my social life is getting in the way of the video making. But let's get on to the game. So the Saints won 52-38. By mid third period or third quarter, you thought it was gonna be a lot higher differential in points wise at least. The Saints were up 45-10. And I'll be honest with you, this is the first time in a long while that I yelled at a TV. I'm a Saints fan. I'm glad they won. They won by 14 points. But Detroit had 28 unanswered points. And that was just annoying. But with that said, the scoring isn't indicative of how good the defense actually played. The defense played fairly well, to be honest with you, especially because Drew Brees didn't have one of his best games. They scored 3 touchdowns, one by Kenny Vaccaro off of a sack fumble from Alex Okafor. One was a pick six by the rookie Marshawn Lattimore. Another one was a tip ball in the end zone by Cameron Jordan. And Cameron Jordan had a great game. But the Saints defense had 5 sacks, 3 interceptions. Let's see how many forced fumbles they had. I didn't look at that stat. 2 forced fumbles. That's just crazy. And then I think they might have broke a record for tip passes, I believe. But in all honesty, they played fantastic because take 14 points away from Detroit, so they allowed 24 points. 14 points came together off of Detroit. One was a punt return, and another one was a defensive touchdown. So, in all honesty, the Saints defense has been playing fairly fantastic the past 3 games. Do I believe that they're good? No. I believe that they're the average of a pack defense, which is in all honesty all the Saints need to make the playoffs or make a deep playoff push. They have Drew Brees. They have, as shown in this game, 2 really good running backs, or at least 2 good running backs, and their wide receiver core is pretty good too, if you don't mind me saying. But let's move on to the stats. Like I said before, Drew Brees didn't have his best game. He went 21 for 31, 186 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. The first interception is kind of controversial because both Michael Thomas and I believe it was Slay, they both came down with the ball. But when Michael Thomas landed on the ground, Darius Slay pulled the ball out. So I guess that counted as an interception. I'm not 100% sure on that. I don't understand the ruling. But if it went by the rules, then it's an interception. The second interception came off of a tip pass in the end zone. Who got that interception? It was Robinson. So Darius Slay and Robinson got the 2 interceptions of Drew Brees. Moving on to the running game. Actually, let me talk about Matthew Stafford. So he's always paid quarterback. He had a. He did not have the best game either, honestly. He was 25 for 52, 312 passing yards. Yeah, that's a lot of passing yards, but 3 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Granted, I would have to say that only one of the interceptions came off of was the main reason because of Matthew Stafford. The tip pass wasn't really his fault. I mean, not mainly his fault. And then and then Kenny Vaccaro intercepted him, but it was a tip pass again by, I believe, Cameron Jordan. So it was a tip pass, and then Kenny Vaccaro intercepted it, and then that was the third interception, I believe, and then the second interception came, I believe it was a slant route, in which, again, I believe that was tipped by Alex Okafor, so that's 3 tipped balls. And Marshawn Lattimore got pick 6 off of it, his first interception, his first career touchdown in the NFL. Good for him. But he had 2 fumbles. He fumbled it twice. One was recovered by the offense, though, luckily for them. And he got sacked 5 times. I believe he might have got injured halfway through the third period, so I thought they were going to take him out because he was holding his ribs a good bit. But he was staging a comeback, and I guess there's a reason why they didn't take him out. Okay, so now moving on to the running game. So Mark Ingram had 25 carries, 114 rushing yards, and 2 touchdowns. And in the first quarter, he had a 51-yard run, which really united the Saints' offense, I believe, because they were responding after Detroit scored on them. And then Alvin Kamara had 10 carries for 75 yards. He had some really nice carries. The longest was 21 yards. He also had 4 receptions for 12 yards. And then also Mark Aaron had 5 receptions for 36 yards. And then moving on to the Detroit's running backs, Amir Abdullah, I think is how you pronounce it. Only notable running back, he had 14 carries, 54 yards, and 36 was his longest carry. But with that said, the receiving game for the Saints wasn't very good. The best wide receiver was Ted Ginn, believe it or not. I'm not saying that he's a bad wideout, but he's not used to having or being the best wideout in the game, at least on his team. In which he had 4 receptions for 66 yards and 1 touchdown. And then Michael Human, just called Human, he had 2 receptions for 27 yards and a touchdown. And worth noting, Michael Thomas only had 3 receptions for 11 yards. And that's the first time in his career he didn't have more than 4 receptions, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a big deal. But with that said, the Detroit Lions offense in terms of passing was very good. Jones had 6 receptions for 96 yards and a touchdown, and Golden Tate also had a touchdown, 7 receptions and 96 yards. But I believe it was the third quarter he got injured, and it looks like he's out for at least 2 weeks, which isn't good, obviously. But as I said before, Allen Robinson got the pick 6, and Darius Slay also got the interception. It doesn't look like Drew Brees ever got sacked, which is pretty fantastic. The Saints' offensive line is really underrated. But moving on to the New Orleans Saints pass rushers, Von Bell, the free safety, he got a sack off of a safety blitz. Cameron Jordan got 2 sacks this game. So in 5 games, he has 5 sacks, having the best year so far. He also had his second career interception, and I believe his first career touchdown. Don't quote me on that. Alex Okafor, he had a sack this game. So that's a total of 5 sacks. I wonder how many sacks Alex Okafor actually has in total. He has 2 sacks total, 2 forced fumbles. So he's having a pretty good season so far in 5 games. Considering that he's kind of add-on, I don't remember how much we paid him for. But overall, this was a very good game for the Saints. We let them get back in the game, 28 unanswered points, and we had a lot of penalties. And the thing that I forgot about, the reason why we faltered so much on defense in the second half is because the offense really faltered. Like, they had how many 3-and-outs due to penalties? Or not necessarily just due to penalties, but they had a bunch of 3-and-outs and then a lot of penalties in the third and fourth quarter. So, which resulted in punting deep in their own zone, which resulted one time in a punt return, and then and our special teams just really was awful in coverage, considering that the rookie punt return, I don't remember his name, it felt like 3 times he crossed our 50 to get really good field position. But defense overall played fantastic in my opinion. But thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe and don't forget to share the video. Thank you.